previous video we talked about it, okay, omitting the else block and testing multiple conditions. Now I just want to show you that if we use the elif statement here, elif, then what will happen? Okay, if I run it, then only the test for mushrooms as the first test to pass, so mushrooms are added to the pizza. However, the other ingredients including extra cheese are xyz, let me just add z here, xyz, okay, or xyz, are not displayed, and you need to understand the difference, okay, because Python doesn't run any test beyond the first test that passes an elif else chain. The customer's first ingredient will be added, but all of their other ingredients will be missed. Okay, that's the reason we don't have to use elif in such conditions. Okay, if you want to add more than display more than one thing, that's why we talked about we discussed the else block and multiple conditions in the previous video. In this video I just wanted to show you that how it could how the output would be changed if you use the elif condition. Now let's talk about using if statements with list. List we covered in great length. Let me just remove it, and you can do some interesting work when you combine list and if statements. You can watch for special values that need to be treated differently than other values in the list. You can manage changing conditions efficiently, such as the availability of certain items in a restaurant throughout a shift. You can also begin to prove that your code works as you expect it to in all possible situations. Now let's talk about checking for special items. Checking for special items. This video began with a simple example that showed how to handle a special value like from a list of car. Let's suppose BMW, which needed to be printed in a different format than other values in the list. Now that you have a basic understanding of conditional test and if statements, let's take a closer look at how you can watch for special values in a list and handle those values appropriately. Let's continue with the example of ingredients. Let's say that requested ingredients, and let me just make a list of mushrooms, and let me just add green peppers and just one more extra cheese. Okay, and for requested ingredients for requested ingredient and requested ingredients. Okay, let me make a loop. We also talked about loop in great length. Let me just print if adding requested ingredient. Okay, sometimes you get stuck with the wordings, and let me just add a print command. Let's say print. Let me just add a comment here and finished making your pizza. And okay, now let me run it. If I run it, okay, adding mushrooms, there is no space here, so let me just run it again. Okay, so adding mushrooms, finish making your pizza, and adding green peppers, adding extra cheese, and you could see that each and everything is displayed with the comments. However, I am interested that finishing making your pizza. It is just a comment, so I want that it is displayed just once, not a couple of times. And we talked about indentation and a great length in the previous videos. So if I just make the spacing, correct the spacing, if I run it, then I will just get it once. Okay. The output is straightforward because the code is just a simple for loop. But what if the pizzeria runs out of green peppers? An if statement inside the for loop can handle this situation appropriately. Now let's deal with it. Okay, let me just erase it, or let me just copy it in case I need it to be pasted. For a while, let me just erase it. Okay, just let me paste it back. Okay, and now let me just quickly make a loop. The loop is already made here. Okay, now I'm interested if, let's say that if green peppers are available or not, requested uh, ingredient, and you just add double equality. We talked about double equalities and green peppers. Okay, and just add a clone. Okay, and now let's just add a comment here as well. Print sorry we are out of green peppers right now, else print. Okay, then the rest command is as it is. Okay, now let me just run it. There is an error. Okay, let me fix the error quickly. Okay, I'll just have to remove the indentation error. Just take care of the spacing. Now run it, and you could see that okay, adding mushrooms. And since green peppers are in the list, but since it is short, it is not available, so you could add this comment to the customers that we are out of green peppers right now in case they order it. And what else, extra cheese is also available, so adding extra cheese is added here. And at the end we just may add our simple comment making finishing your pizza. And if you just want to add more things, now let's talk about let's discuss checking that a list is not empty. Okay, we have made a simple assumptions about every list we have worked so far. We have assumed that each list has at least one item in it. Soon we will let users provide the information that is stored in a list, so we won't be able to assume that a list has any items in it each time a loop is run. In this situation, it is useful to check whether a list is empty before running a for loop. As an example, let's check whether the list of requested ingredients is empty before building the pizza. If the list is empty, we will prompt the user and make sure they want a plain pizza. If the list is not empty, we will build the pizza just as we did in the previous examples. Let's say that the requested ingredients, and we'll say that it is empty. There are no ingredients. Okay, so I've requested ingredients, for requested ingredient and ingredients, and requested ingredients, print if adding requested topping, requested ingredient. Print finished making your pizza. And let's say that else print are you sure you want a plain pizza. Okay, let me just quickly cover the indentation errors. If I run it, this time we start with an empty list of requested ingredients. Instead of jumping right into a for loop, we do a quick check. When the name of list is used in an if statement, Python returns true if the list contains at least one item. An empty list evaluates to false. If requested ingredients passes the conditional test, we run the same for loop we used in the previous example. If the conditional test fails, we print a message asking the customer they really want a plain pizza with no ingredients. The list is empty in this case, so the output asks if the user really wants a plain pizza. Are you sure you want a plain pizza? I hope you got it. It is not that difficult. You just need to practice it and understand how could you use empty list and loops and chains and if else blocks and things like that.